welcome into Retro Adventure Wednesday, happening tonight on a Tuesday. It's a special Retro Adventure Wednesday presentation here on Tuesday night. I'm Jess. It's good to see all of you. Welcome in. Tonight, I am flip-flopping with the Adventure Tuesday crew. I think they're going to be streaming tomorrow night. I'm here tonight with King's Quest II, Romancing the Stones. That's right, Romancing the Stones. We're going to be playing the fan remake of King's Quest II, one that I've never touched before. I know nothing about. Hey, Scab Eater, welcome in. Glad you could be here. I'm a big King's Quest II guy, and thank you, RJ, for that resub. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I've never played it before. We recently talked about it on Quest podcast, Ben and I. My good friend Ben, and he convinced me that I need to check this one out. So here we are. Hey, wait, there's Ben now. There's Ben in chat. There's my aforementioned good friend Ben. Ben, how are you doing? I hope that you survived your moving day, and glad to see you. Glad to see everybody here. Welcome in. I say we get this show on the road, and a special welcome to everyone watching later on YouTube. All right, here we go. Hey, Expert Casual, thank you for the resub. All right, we're underwater. This game is like in a funky 1280 by 800 resolution. AGD Interactive. King Graham could hold his breath for 10 minutes. He wishes. Yeah, I really enjoyed their remake of Quest for Glory too. I'm curious to see how this one goes. Let's get an introduction going. Okay. Great music so far. Oh, it's a classic adventure. Hey, Draconic Dude. Romancing the Stones. I don't feel great about that subtitle. Oh, wow, Sarah, the first indie adventure game you ever played. That's awesome. Mine was probably, oh gosh. I mean, like Space Quest The Lost Chapter, maybe? This looks fantastic. Warren Christopher doing the animations. Good to see who's still working. All right. Oh, man. King Graham looks depressed. He's lethargic. He's been exhausted since the moment he woke up. I'm about to crank this volume around.
Oh, yes, Minister,
Gervain, sire.
Of course.
Gervain.
My apologies, Gervain.
Not necessary, your majesty. After all, I've been your security and defense minister for but a short while.
Yes. Where did you say you were from again?
Just some small, insignificant land to the far south. Pales greatly in comparison to your realm, my lord.
Thank you for groveling.
Do you have something to report?
As a matter of fact, my liege, there's a small concern regarding the duty shifts of some of the castle guards and of the countryside patrols.
Have them all executed.
Also, we are expecting our armed entourage from our nearest neighbor to return within the week. And there is the matter of an alliance with... my liege?
My apologies again, Minister Gervain. Please, continue.
Thinking about ladies.
As I was saying, there is the matter of an alliance with Usperia. They've become a strong nation now, and it may be prudent to show our willingness to support them, lest they decide we are more of a hindrance than a help.
Does the king there have any daughters who've come of age?
Wow, Graham.
I do not believe so, sire. As
I'm not
for the
interested.
Security arrangements for the royal ball held last week, I do believe the evening went by very smoothly. I dare say just about every princess in this region attended, and not one lost slipper, to coin a phrase.
Ugh, please do not remind me.
Indeed, they were none too fetching. Would you like me to go over your plans for today, my lord?
Bunch of uggos.
Very well.
Oh, forgive me once again. I am afraid that my mind wanders much these days. I wonder if my predecessor experienced times like these.
No doubt.
He didn't have an heir either.
Though I did not know King Edward the Benevolent personally, I understand he was a happy and astute man during his married life, before his wife passed away, that is. If I may be so bold, perhaps my lord is feeling that certain rooms in his castle are somewhat sparsely filled. The throne room, for example.
Or like the bedroom.
And other rooms that serve but a single soul, like your dining room and your bed chambers.
It's very personal.
Perhaps, but I do fear I've met no such candidates that would fill the rooms you have mentioned.
You should not lose heart, your majesty. If you pause to reflect for but a moment, you may see clearly what is hidden to others.
Reflect, that's a clue. That guy seems kind of oddly proportioned. Here we go. It's the magic mirror from King's Quest 1. Oh man, look at that stud muffin. Some big Giga Chad energy.
The minister's words seem to echo in your head, if you pause to reflect for but a moment. Not that you've been doing much else lately. For many weeks now, you've been reflecting over the direction your life has taken. While Daventry has prospered under your wise leadership, so far your existence has been a dreadfully lonely one.
Look how's that crown like
the mirror
off to
is
the
changing.
side.
As
Great.
you watch, you begin to see a series of images, though you struggle to fathom their meaning.
Great narrator voice.
You recognize the landscape. It is Kolyma, a land not far from Daventry.
That does look like he might be on the Gaston diet, doesn't he? Lots of eggs. Oh. Whoa, I've been transported to a world of 3 dimensions. Man. Ducks. Maybe swan. Hard to say. Whoa! I mean, this looks pretty fantastic. This does rule. I mean, that's impressive stuff. Oh, man. This is incredible flex for a free game. No joke. I mean, in 2002? In this economy? In that economy? Now, that looked fantastic.
You see the most beautiful woman you have ever set eyes upon. Somehow you can feel her sadness and her intense desire to leave that place. She is a prisoner in that tower.
Yeah. I bet if you're
Did you
2D
find
and she's
what you were
3D,
looking
she does
for,
look
sire?
great.
I require my ship ready for transport, Gervain. I shall be going on a trip presently.
Indeed. Where shall I tell the captain you'll be heading?
To
True
Kolyma.
love.
I have to find someone.
I see. Well, if you must go, it is my duty to ensure that you leave prepared. Arm yourself, sire. I hear Kolyma is not the safe haven it once was.
Of course. I shall take the sword of the first king, as is my right.
A wise precaution, sire. And, if I may be so brash to ask, who might you be seeking?
That's
If
none
all
of your
goes well,
beeswax.
my bride.
Oh man, I love Graham's confidence. It's too bad he doesn't have a shield that would protect him from all mortal harm. That'd be super handy on an adventure like this. Meanwhile, in Kolyma. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's Hagatha. She's the worst.
Father,
Sister Hagatha.
how may I be of service?
That's some real
An
Baba Yaga
opportunity has
vibes.
arisen, sister. I trust you still have your captive held securely away.
Of course.
A bit cruel keeping her locked away like that. Do you not think?
No. How dare she flaunt her beauty in front of all to see? Her foolish male admirers see her and forget that I was the most beautiful of all in my day.
And in your own special way, you are still beautiful.
Yeah.
You devil!
That is not an unfair description.
Now, you mentioned a service, I
Wow.
believe.
Yes. The King of Daventry has advised his faithful minister that he shall be departing for Kolyma presently. On a quest, you might say.
Really? What kind?
A king's
The
quest.
kind involves sticking his neck out to rescue a damsel in distress.
And what have I to do with his neck?
Put simply, my dear, sever it.
Man. All right, we're lingering on the shot. Okay. Let's begin game.
A day's journeying from Daventry has found you by the shores of Kolyma. Your ship, the Granthathor, and its crew
Granthathor.
have deposited you and will return the day after tomorrow. Hopefully, this will give you enough time to locate and release the imprisoned woman you saw in the magic mirror. Your vessel has safely transported you from your homeland of Daventry, finally depositing you on this pier in the land of Kolyma. As you watch the flagship of your fleet depart with pride, you also sense anxiety building within you. Once it is gone, you will be quite alone in this country.
Goodbye, ship.
It's too late to change your mind about this whole quest. Your ship is leaving. The rope is old, worn. The crates do not interest you.
Okay, let's see here. My audio level's pretty okay on this. Also, does anyone know if there's a way to capture mouse in AGS by default? Does this look like it's going to be one of those you really want to hug the edge of the screen sort of games?
There is a large rock in the ocean a short way from shore. Small waves lap at the edges. One of the pickets has fallen loose from the rickety fence.
Rickety fence. Oh, that's
The fallen picket feels
Neptune's
reasonably
lost
sturdy
picket.
and is pointed at one end. Believing that you may find a use for it, you retrieve it and carry it with you.
I didn't know you could play this in Scum VM. It's not Control M here. Or if that's a start option to capture mouse.
The leaning palm trees sway in the ocean breeze.
So I'm really excited for this one. Y'all know that King's Quest II was my first adventure game ever. And this game really takes a lot of liberties, like expanding on that story, really mixing it up quite a bit. So I'm super curious to see what they do with it. King's Quest II is such a strange game. I'm impressed with how good the
You
narrator
look
voice
under
is.
the log and discover a clam lying beneath it. You pick it up.
It is hard to get a good narrator in an indie adventure.
You open the clam and discover, to your surprise, a dazzling pearl.
Yeah, I would have expected that in an oyster. That is a surprise.
This
Do you think this clam ate an oyster? Just go walk up and down the beach for a little while. This is how I like to start King's Quest 2. Okay, we seem to have Reached a good point. Clam down.
A few plants grow in this area.
Keep clam and oyster on, yes. Okay. We're doing great. Welcome in, everybody, by the way. So glad you're all here with me tonight. I don't want to go that way. That's all scary and gross. Come on, Graham. You can do this. Oh, sweet. You can walk with the arrows. Who needs pointing or clicking? Forget that. Bump that noise. We're in keyboard mode, baby. Where'd you get this remake of King's Quest II? If you Google King's Quest II Romancing the Stones, it is freely available from the developer, AGDI. So yeah, you can download it yourself, fully voiced, the whole deal. Completely free.
In their ongoing effort to grow wild and free, vines have tangled their way around the thick trunk of this tree. They are also beginning to slowly cover the nearby rocks.
You rocks. Wait, big log.
You look under the log, but find nothing. It was a good idea, though.
You can't do this, at least not now. Yeah, I know they have a King's Quest 1 and King's Quest 3 remake. I played their Quest for Glory 2 remake, which is really fantastic. A lot of quality of life improvements there while keeping the core game intact.
A beautiful, majestic white swan gracefully glides across the lake.
In 8th grade, when you played this in 1987, I played it for the first time. It was a Christmas gift on Christmas morning, 1986. I was 9 years old and played
Any
it for the
wisdom
first
that this
time.
swan has learnt will sadly never be shared with you. You don't want your hand pecked, do you? Mother swans are known to be very protective of their young.
We still have all your game boxes. I'm slowly recollecting.
You like the plants just where they are.
My game boxes. Sadly, I had disposed of them foolishly at some point along the way. I think when I left for college, and now have gone back. Is that water I could dive into? That looks like diveable water. That sparkly spot.
This water doesn't look clean enough to drink.
Okay, maybe it's just a nice little detail. Yeah, I think the 3 does
You
less.
look for a nice, large pumpkin to take from the patch.
Are these pumpkins going to yell at me? This feels like a pumpkin's going to turn around and be like, hands off.
Hey, watch it!
I knew it.
Oh, sorry. I was not aware you could talk.
Likewise. Anyway, be careful where you're treading. You're spoiling the good soil by standing so close. And I got 8 kids to feed.
These
You
character
glance at the
portraits are
smaller
great.
pumpkins. These must be her children.
They'll be easier to take the
I
smaller
only count
ones.
7.
Yeah, well, I had 8. Then some strange man who spoke even stranger came by. He claimed to be a horticle, claimed to know a bit about plants. I let him take a look at my little darlings. Anyway, before I knew it, he'd gone and pinched one of my babies. Took off towards the town, he did. Of all the naive.
No,
Just
you've-
because we're plants doesn't mean we don't deserve any respect.
I am sure that is true.
Well, I'll try to find your missing pumpkin, ma'am. This voice is a lot. I wonder
The
if
sign
town
reads, Town.
could be that way. So, gang, I don't want to get anybody excited, but we're going to have a live unboxing, or at least an unwrapping of something here in a few minutes. I can't wait. Now, what makes you think this looks like Quest for Glory 1? Go on, Graham. You got this.
It would be fun to climb the trees for a while, but you have better things to do.
That'd be a great place to hide a hidden immunity idol.
It is likely that this haystack was piled here by farmers from the town. A faded blue sheet has been tightly stretched across it to prevent the straw from blowing away in the wind.
Wait, was the K logo Kolyma this whole time?
Hey!
It's me,
What?
Hey Bell.
Who said that?
I did!
Huh?
I'm down here, in the hay!
Oh. Well, who are you?
My name is,
Yes? Yes?
Yes?
I can't seem to remember.
Well then, what are you?
Oh, I'm
Needle? We've already done that in King's Quest
Yes?
V.
can't seem to remember that either.
Well, what are you doing in this haystack?
That's easy! I was looking for,
That's right, David. Everything I
Can't
talk to
remember.
keeps talking back.
no. Sorry.
How long have you been in there?
Let's see. It couldn't be longer than,
Yes?
Yes.
3, maybe 4 weeks?
It is a cute voice. I like this performance.
Yep.
Pardon me
What?
for saying, but you sound as if you have a bit of a cold.
Yes.
It's hay
It's
fever.
all this hay. It's
Yeah.
giving me hay fever.
Hay fever. So are you like a thing?
Maybe you should do something to help the occupant first.
I guess we'd find some Benadryl.
The sign reads, Kolyma.
Rash rules everything around me. Been a Benadryl, y'all. This
You
looks
see
nice.
a man bending over the fountain. He appears to be trying to retrieve something from it.
Police? Police? Fountain thief.
Aha! Got him.
A tall statue of a man stands prominently at the entrance of town. It looks to have been placed here quite a number of years ago. The statue bears a plaque which reads, Count Kaldor, ruler and protector of Kolyma.
Caldor, you say? What a curious name. Hey, thank you, Shy Mouth Boy. I appreciate it.
As refreshing as this fountain looks, you really don't want to drink water that the merchant has been fishing around in with his bare hands.
This is one of my more tasteful Star Wars button-up shirts.
A year on, and you still...
Wait, was that pumpkin I saw?
A small pumpkin sits in a bowl nearby.
Oh man, bowl pumpkin.
You can't just pick it up.
Okay, we have to kill the merchant.
Greetings, merchant.
Use sword on merchant.
Ah, to you, good day. Shh. A visitor arrived new, no? A sense I possess for these things. Need you have for my wares of great specialty?
Perhaps. But first, I'm curious. Where did you come by such a pumpkin?
Eyes quite keen, have you? Indeed, a specimen unique it is.
Oh man,
Be
I
quiet.
hate that.
The gift of speech among plants so rare, yes?
Quite so. Are you planning to sell it?
Sell? Never would I sell such a thing as this.
It'll make me incredibly rich.
I mean, entrusted it was to my care. Watch over it, I must.
It is Josh Mandela's King Graham.
Forget it. I'm not taking you back to that patch. So pipe down.
Pardon?
Ah, of importance I speak not. Trouble to your ears I meant none.
That's the worst.
You consider confronting the merchant about the theft of the pumpkin, but as a stranger in town, you don't want to cause a scene. Perhaps a more subtle approach is in order.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe something a little more subtle.
The punishment for stealing, if you are caught, is the removal of an extremity, such as a hand or a foot. The punishment for murder is the removal of something you have even greater need of.
What? Oh, yeah. That makes sense. It's a strange punishment for murder, but sure. Well, this looks LucasArtsy.
Presumably, these pull-out drawers contain an index card system for locating books. Perhaps you should leave locating books to the librarian. The town library of Kolyma is not much more than a room
Tell me how to live
full
my
of
life,
books.
game.
You would imagine there to be quite a lot of interesting reading to be done here, if only you had the time to do it. As you watch the pendulum swing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you feel a bit lightheaded. You have no desire to stop the clock.
Yeah, that's more of a fourth period kind of thing.
May I help you?
Yes, I was hoping to enrich my knowledge of this fair land by way of perusing your historical texts.
My, that was well put.
No.
Wow.
Not terribly effective, though.
This librarian hates me.
Pardon me, perhaps I was not clear?
You were.
Then may I?
No.
Why can't I?
You are not a member.
Well then, can I become a member?
No.
Why can I not become a member?
Yeah, why
we
not?
already have far too many members. It's difficult to keep track of everything.
How many members are there?
2.
This is great.
If I may inquire, who are your 2 members?
You may not. Neither the Count of Kolyma nor the elderly gentleman who lives next door would approve of my divulging that information to you.
Well, fair enough.
Thank you anyway. You mentioned the Count of Kolyma is a member of this library.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen him recently?
The librarian looks at you strangely.
No.
Is there
If I
any
kill
way
him, can I have
might
his
meet the
membership?
Count?
Yes.
How?
Die.
I would have to die to meet the Count?
Depends.
On what?
Your importance.
And if I am important?
Then you might be fortunate enough to be buried on his estate.
Wow.
Who is buried on the Count's estate?
Counts.
Aha. Past Counts, of course. Anyone else?
Yes.
I'm a king, lady.
Pardon? Do you mean the Count is dead?
The librarian decides to avoid your gaze and seems disinclined to speak further with you on the subject. The librarian...
Wow.
You glance at the titles on this shelf,
Okay.
revealing the truth about seeing unicorns and something about oneself in the process.
Oh, I love a good list of book titles. in an
Future's
adventure game.
History, the true story of Space Quest 12.
Oh, man.
Gullible's Travels. A guide to bushranging. Safety tips on robbery while wearing a metal box on your head. The Theory of Relativity and other half-baked crackpot ideas. Arrival of the Ancients. Were there origins of this world?
Great question.
That seems like a silly title. Where else would they have come from? The stars? Chronicling the Longest Journey. Or how to sustain
Wow.
a compelling story when your lead character sounds like an airhead.
Wow. Shots fired, huh? Did we not like The Longest Journey's voice acting? Was that something people were mad about? Yeah, early 2000s shots fired. It was just mean.
Magic for the layman. All you need is a good book. Dragon Slaying for Dummies. Dwarves are from Mars, elves are from Venus.
Ben, the book title was, I think, Chronicling The Longest Journey, How to Make an Adventure Compelling When Your Main Character Sounds Like an Airhead. Was that the line? Yeah, taking issue with Longest Journey's voice acting feels like just Have a lazy slam.
The Taming of the Shrew,
That's just a book.
Jousting and Other Party Games, The Beginner's Guide to Buying Your First Horse,
How many of these are there?
Drunks and Monks, How to Tell Them Apart, Quest for Glory, A Hero's Death, 10 Easy Steps to Owning Your Own Castle, Revealing the Truth About
Okay, we did it.
Futures.
Yeah, we made it all the way through. Okay, great job. Well, I guess we have to somehow become a member of this library. Man,
This
cool
horse must have skipped breakfast.
Nice horse, bro.
The horse doesn't belong to you, Graham. Just leave it be.
Oh, yeah? Well, if I can't have it.
Have you gone mad, Graham? The horse has done nothing to harm you.
Is the Stairquest sequel going to be about novelty book title puns? Maybe. I do like that. That's a bit
You
that always
consider
amuses
confronting
me.
the merchant about the theft of the pumpkin, but as a stranger in town, you don't want to cause a scene.
Okay.
The farmers are deep in conflict.
Go in this tiny door.
The door is locked. A sign next to it reads, "Open from noon till sunset."
Oops, what was that last part?
The door is the sun's position in the sky indicates that it is currently morning. The sign atop the store simply says, A.
Possibly short for a vampire.
The door is locked. You notice a tiny corner of something poking out slightly from beneath it.
Uh-oh,
You
here we
attempt
go.
to edge it out with your fingers, but you cannot manage to get a grasp on it.
Maybe I could grab it with a sword.
Making
really?
sure that no one is watching, you slide your thin blade
Wow.
under the door and draw out what appears to be a letter.
Look at me over here solving puzzles. That's 4 points, baby.
You open the letter and read it.
We have a right
Dear
to
applicant,
open
please
it.
find enclosed the library membership card to which you are now entitled. The 5-year application process has concluded, and we are pleased to inform you that your status as a member of the town library is confirmed. Welcome to an exclusive group of patrons. Yours sincerely, Town Librarian. P.S. Please sign your name on the card to ensure validation.
Okay, someone has to sign this, huh?
The town gives... The town continues to the east away, but you are not interested in what lies in that direction.
Hey, Hobble, good to see you. Maybe I should just put that pumpkin out
The
of its
town
misery.
continues to the north away, but you are not interested in what lies in that direction.
That's really funny. Not today.
A tall statue. As refreshing as this,
Yeah, let's go in. Oh, no, wrong place. Sorry.
the library.
What if I get that horse to kick that man? Is that the solution to this puzzle? A forced kicking? A forced horse kicking? Horsed. I do think I'll have to get this signed. Oh, she has a pen. Even better.
Will you accept this?
No,
Why not?
it has not been signed. What are you doing?
I was just...
Don't. What are you doing?
I was just...
Don't.
The librarians.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah, it's an impressive piece of fan work with voices and all. Okay, so maybe that's all we can do in the town at the moment. We even want access to the library. I don't know if we know that we do yet. Still early. Boy, the weird resolution throws me. You know what? This might be a good time to do a little bit of unboxing. You know what? we're going to bring back something that hasn't been seen here on the channel in a long time. Baby, we're going to Bean Cam. Wow, will you look at that? Haven't been here in Bean Cam in what feels like months. Here we are. We're back in the good old days of Bean Camming it up. And here we go. What we have here, a small package, too small to be a Sierra game. But let's see here. Hopefully this is what I believe it to be, and we won't have an embarrassing failed unboxing here live on stream. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Got that. Now I just need to rip and tear. Doom style. Oh, man. Hope there's sriracha beans in here. This is more of an unbagging. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Man. I love this. Okay. What's peeking out of there? What do we think, gang? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Oh, yeah, baby. There it is. It's arrived. That's right. It's my copy of Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father, the novelization by Jane Jensen herself. Yeah, that deserves a hey, daddy.
Hey, daddy.
Oh, man, I can't wait to read this thing. I owned this way back in the day. I think my copy of Gabriel Knight 1 may have come with it. But was it packaged at some point with the novel? But I'm very excited. Here's a blurb from Computer Gaming World. The elements Jensen uses to drive the action: sex, violence, love, sacrifice, betrayal, and worship, both holy and profane, give the story incredible power. That's a blurb from Computer Gaming World, which honestly is pretty high quality writing for Computer Gaming World. But yeah, I can't wait to read this. I will read this and I will file a book report with you, gang. Don't worry. I'll get back to you and let you know how Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father, the novelization was. But I'm pretty happy about that. That's a decent shape for this copy. So what a fun addition to the collection. So yeah, welcome back, Bean Cam. It was good to see you. Now be gone. The fictional book that Gabriel wrote. It is not, unfortunately. I want to read that book also. Whew, man, it was good to be back in Bean Cam.
Don't buy.
Someday I'll tell the story of why Bean Cam went away. Because it's sad. Actually, I'll just tell you the story of why Bean Cam went away. So I always used to open my streams in Bean Cam mode with like a close-up, moment to kind of talk before we launched into the games. And
you have come upon a quick little dwarf. Dwarves.
Get out of here. It's a dwarf. Oh, I'll rest my hands. Yeah, thank you for asking me. Lots of Robin. Okay, so I used to always start out my streams in Bean Cam mode, and when I started uploading more of my videos to YouTube, you get a lot more delicate analytics that really show you like when people click away. And apparently, my big face was not doing great numbers, so I decided to start experimenting with going straight to the game, and my retention numbers went up dramatically. So it turns out that I am not what viewers want to see as soon as they turn on a YouTube video. I was like, oh well, Bean Cam, you're gone. That was the most obvious trap I've ever seen.
You've been caught in a trap. Whoever said it will probably return soon.
Face for podcast. That's right. That's right. That's because you're a confident person, Ben.
Marvelous. What a catch. I
you gonna kill me?
A bit of target practice.
Oh no.
There are safer ways to trigger a trap.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think, Robin, they see somebody pop up full screen like that. Like, I think the generous version interpretation of that is they see it and they're like, this guy's going to talk for 10 minutes and he's not going to be particularly funny. I just want to see somebody play Space Quest 4 or whatever. Robbed here. Taking too long to go off this screen. Let's see. Is this another sword solution? A swordlution, if you will? Ah! Get wrecked, dummy.
You don't need.
I want it.
As you pick up the gold coins, they suddenly turn dark. Now they resemble ordinary metal. Wait a minute. This isn't gold. It's fool's gold.
That's not how fool's gold works. You can't fool me.
You peer into the log, but see nothing of interest.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's the thing, Ben. People aren't coming for me on YouTube typically if they're searching. It's a raid. Hey, Chunky Code Monkey. Thank you so much for the raid. Let me give a shout out here to Chunky Code Monkey. Chunky Code Monkey, what were you up to this evening? Thank you so much for raiding in. What were you playing? A Case of Distrust. I don't know this game. Tell me all about it. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Decaf Jedi. Tonight we're playing a little bit of King's Quest II Romancing the Stones, the fan remake of the beloved original. Okay. Avoided. Crap. That was like a good place to hide a brooch.
You peer into the log, but see nothing of interest.
Really get into one of these logs, though. Bit of friction with pointing over from YouTube.
You peer into the depths
Twitch.
of the dark hole.
Yeah.
As luck would have it, you discover a beautiful set of earrings hidden inside. Each one is laced with glittering diamonds and contains a lovely blue sapphire stone in the center. Perhaps someone stashed them here. At any rate, you take them into your possession.
I think that's another case of finders keepers. Shouldn't have been stupid, I guess is the answer. Well, this looks familiar.
It is a mailbox.
It is
this
a
is
mailbox.
the first time you have ever set eyes upon one, which isn't surprising. The postal system won't be invented for another few centuries to come. The residents of this land must either possess clairvoyance or just simply be ahead of their time.
Take that, Roberta. What? You don't have to say all
The roof
that.
looks weather-worn, but still leak-free. You'll need to walk around the other side of the house to do that. You open the mailbox. Inside, there is, incredibly, a letter addressed to the resident. You decide to leave it in there. A card has been dropped in it also. You read it.
It is our business to read the card. Have you been missing church services lately? How long since your last confession? Come to the Church of Kolyma. Faith back in the church, walk the path that has been laid down before you, from dusk till dawn.
You replace the card and close the mailbox. You attempt to open the door, but find it is locked. You think you can hear the sound of labored breathing inside and decide against causing any further disturbance.
So is that a grandma's sexing it up
The
joke?
windows are spotless. What a gorgeous flower bed. A row of red flowering plants grow happily in this well-tended plot. You aren't a thief, Graham. You would never take something that didn't belong to you, unless you had a good reason.
Yeah, I mean, Graham is canonically absolutely a thief. Like most adventure game protagonists, he steals a lot of stuff. This makes no sense. There should be a little Red Riding Hood screen here. I wonder what I actually need to be doing at this phase of the game. Do I need to go across and find the...
The beautiful blue lake has a... It is a baby bird, and not a terribly pretty one at that.
You suck, bird.
You should stand in the water.
Hey, let's see. Hey, ugly bird.
You walk into position and try to catch the baby bird. Though you are quick, the small bird is quicker. It darts along the water out of your reach. You will not be able to catch it with your bare.
Oh, I get the clue here.
Don't throw that into the lake. The best place to attempt that would be from the lower bank.
Really? The answer is maybe I should sword the...
You didn't become king by killing harmless animals. Besides, the little bird has done nothing to hurt you. Leave it be.
He maybe did kill some only mildly harmful animals to get where he is, though. It's over, Duckling. I have the high ground. Oh, that looks like a rock face that's going to talk to me.
There's no way in the world that you could manage to lift such a heavy pile of rocks. Repressing the urge to burst into...
Oh, maybe not. Maybe that's not a talking rock face, but it looks like one. Okay, let's go over and see if we can read the door, which will probably be this way. With these normal looking birds, not hideous like that other one. Hey, I know where your son is.
Pardon me for asking, but how did you come by the ability to
Or
talk?
daughter, I'm not sure.
With a question like that, I might ask you the same.
I was only...
I don't take it personal. That old witch Agatha cast a spell on me so I could guide her precious possessions.
Hagatha?
Yeah,
Her
she's the old
possessions.
bat who lives in that cave to the west. You know her type. Green warts, pointed ears, cannibalistic, doesn't put her trash out. Just your stereotypical evil old crown.
She sounds pleasant. You mentioned something about guarding Hagatha's precious possessions.
At least, what she considers precious. I reckon they're anything but. Mind you, I have my doubts about Hagatha's legitimate ownership of this stuff, if you know what I mean.
What sorts of items does Hagatha wish you to guard?
Yeah.
The usual vanities. All useless in my opinion. But what would I know?
Hey, thank you, Raiders. Just a second here. Let me shout out some Raiders. Howdy, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, Omestra. Let me give a shout out here to Omestra. Hey, how's it going? Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Decaf Jedi. Glad to have you here. Tonight I'm playing King's Quest II, Romancing the Stones. That is the VGA remake, the point-and-click remake of King's Quest II. We're just getting started, kind of. As you can see, we're at a whopping 7 points out of 185, which, considering I've been playing for like an hour, isn't a good sign for me. But welcome in, everybody. Hey, El Pollo Diablo. Yes, give me that Stan howdy. Howdy. Glad to see you. Thank you so much for the raid. And thank you for the rest of your hands there, Gorg Streams. Thank you for the follow. Gosh, goodness gracious. How was your stream? What were you up to tonight? Recently playing no game. What were you up to? Welcome in, everybody. I stream lots of these old adventure games. This is what I like to do here on the channel. So it's glad to have all of you here. All right, let's go see if we can cross that rickety bridge. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay, here we are. It's
A
the
beautiful
church.
stained glass window depicts a radiant full moon. It is certainly one of the more unique images you have seen on a church.
Oh, Victor just recently beat the original version on stream. Yeah, I love the original version. It's one of my all-time favorites.
You are not Laura Bow, so you do not need a bell.
Speedrunning Curse of Monkey Island. Oh, what's a good time in the world of Curse of Monkey Island these days? I can't imagine speedrunning that one.
The door appears to be barred from the inside. The church must not be open at this time.
Love me some Curse of Monkey Island. I don't like that we can't enter and exit screens kind of everywhere like we could in the original here. A good time for Curse is 17 minutes. Oh my goodness. That is insane. Is this the bridge? Where's this ding dang bridge?
The stump holds.
I guess you have to go and a Curse of Monkey Island speedrun, have to go straight to the orange answer in A Pirate I Was Meant to Be. You can't enjoy the entire song. That's going to slow you down.
You have just discovered the gravity of your situation.
Come on, Josh. Where was the scream? Eating yourself into the ravine is part of any good King's Quest experience.
Oddly, the short path runs up to the mountain wall here, but leads nowhere else.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So this is the rock that's going to talk to me.
Incredible. The door you have discovered has taken on the appearance of a face. It is silent, however, and almost seems to be waiting for something.
Oh, wow.
Greetings. I am King Graham of Daventry. Would you, by any chance, know of the way to a strange island on which stands a quartz tower in which a beautiful woman is being held captive?
You feel
Yes, tell me
more than
more.
a little foolish. Surely a door, even one with a face, would neither hear nor understand you.
I am the door of destiny. I am sought out by many, found by few, and opened by none so far. For indeed, only once can I be opened.
Then what happens?
Such is the magic that I am. Through me will you find the destiny you seek, if you cannot perform a task.
Anything!
You feel intense exuberance that
Intense
you have come
exuberance.
so close to your goal in such a short time.
You must bring me the gems of nature.
Ah,
Beg
Biggs.
your pardon?
The stone door rumbles from deep within. For a time, it says nothing. And then,
Gems of 3 I ask of thee to fetch, collect, and bring to me. In water shall you find the first, though not the type to quench your thirst.
What water? Got
Spy
it.
the second, high in the sky, with wings or no, thou still must fly. Through swampy mire, so it is heard, in lone dark castle lies the third. Should you succeed, my noble king, to your fair maiden I will bring. I warn you though, you should beware, a danger cloaked awaits you there.
Great.
without warning, the stony face falls silent. As you watch, it gradually smooths out to become the mountainside face once more.
Oh, I'm a mountainside. Oh, no.
You notice that, within the door, 3 shallow indentations have sunk into the rock's surface. Presumably, the 3 gems of nature must fit here. Now all you have to do is find them. How did that poem go again?
It is a fan remake from 2002, and a pretty
The
impressive
door
one.
of destiny now bears.
But they really put the work in on this thing. Okay, that's not go northable. Say that we met the door. Terrified of losing progress here.
A piece of paper has blown here in the wind. You're not close.
Answer, my friend.
Hey, control yourself. You might have children someday, and they won't benefit from a father with embarrassing habits.
Accidentally touched myself. I was actually thinking earlier today, what a blessing it is that really there weren't any notable Leisure Suit Larry fan games. Because I feel like that could have been a dangerous
The paper is
road
torn and dirty. It looks like a flyer of some sort.
for fandom to
You
go
smooth
down.
out the torn and tattered paper and read, "Curios I have, to the town do come, awaiting I am."
It is a lot of work for 2002, right? I mean, what Indiana Jones is thing.
Brandishing your sword might make you appear an accomplished fighter, but you will not make many friends by being careless with it. Besides, it's valuable. Take care of it.
There's a Korean Leisure Suit Larry inspired game. I've seen the Japanese remake of Soft Porn Adventure, which is also the basis for Leisure Suit Larry 1, of course. That one's kind of fascinating.
You
that it
have run
exists.
into an evil enchanter. Get out of here fast.
Okay, done. I was hoping we get Banana Wizard. That's just an enchanter. Slurp.
You taste it. Ah, fresh spring water.
Nectar of the Gods? Well, that tree looks like it's about to morph into something.
Brandishing your sword. A healthy baby tree grows near the...
Oh no, a baby tree.
There's no reason for you to manipulate the small tree in any way.
Emotionally, physically.
Repressing the urge to burst into...
Okay, tree, I don't trust you. You have the look of something that's going to transform at some point. Could have a real Julinar situation here. Trust you one bit. Okay, maybe we can go try to find Neptune. Is it time to make a splash? All right. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully there's a mermaid here. Spoiler alert, there
As
is.
you walk towards the mermaid, she tenses suddenly. Clearly, while she finds you to be a somewhat interesting and perhaps amusing creature, she still does not trust you in the slightest. A mermaid basks on a nearby rock. Her long flowing hair extends over most of her upper body. The green scales on her lower body sparkle as she basks in the sun. You say a few words to the mermaid. It quickly becomes apparent to you that she cannot understand your strange speech, let alone speak it.
Want some earrings?
Don't throw... The mermaid eyes the valuable for a moment, but does not appear overly interested in it.
Hey, Red Phoenix. Yeah, the quest games are what I grew up playing. They're my absolute favorites, too. Maybe a Poil?
She seems unimpressed by your offering. It's likely she's seen a great many pearls where she's from.
Answer, sword?
If your aim is to frighten her, you're going the right way about it.
Take me to Neptune. Okay, in the original game, we gave her flowers. Don't impress her much. Give me those flowers.
The curtains have been drawn. You aren't a thief.
Oh, I forgot. I'm not a thief.
You attempt to open the door, but...
Well, they've changed just enough of King's Quest 2 to leave me flummoxed and perplexed.
There is not a great...
Always loved the tiny island scene.
You see a little girl wandering around the meadow. She wears a ruby red cloak and appears to be searching for something.
Lose your picnic basket?
Repressing the urge to...
Hello, who are you?
My name is Graham. What is yours?
Possum. That is what my grandma calls me. She is not at all well these days. I was collecting flowers for her, but now I cannot anymore.
Awesome, are you okay?
My basket is missing. I've looked everywhere for it. It must be around here somewhere.
I will keep my eye out for it.
Thank you, Graham.
Basket. It's Ratatosk the Doom Scroll all over again. Man, I need to play Heroine's Quest again someday.
Excuse me, Possum?
Yes, Graham.
I was wondering, could you tell me anything about this land?
You mean Kolyma? There is a town to the northeast, and a church not far south of that. Grandma and I live in a house near the beach. You should not enter the swamp to the north. It is said to be influenced by magic. Many have easily lost their way in there, and finding your way out again is difficult.
Not for me, I'm
Thank
a king.
You, Possum.
You know anything else?
Is there any way at all through this swamp?
I do not know, but I did see someone walking out of there not long ago. He was writing something in a book as he walked.
Who was that?
A monk from the church.
Repressing the urge to...
You mentioned that your grandma is not well. What ails her?
I'm not sure, but I think it gives her sad
This seems like
dreams.
Graham's business.
While she sleeps, sometimes she talks out loud. Sometimes I listen to her. No, do not leave me, she says. At first, I thought she was speaking to me. I would go over to her, but she would not notice me. Then I realized it was a dream. I think she misses the person she talks to in her sleep. And then there's the scary dreams.
Yeah, scary dreams? Yeah, scary dreams too? When we get to the bottom of this.
Excuse me, Possum?
Excuse me,
Yes, Graham.
Possum.
You mentioned that your grandma had scary dreams. What are these dreams about?
Bats.
Bats?
Yes, in her sleep, she screams with fright, as if a bat is chasing
Seriously?
her, or she's being hurt by one. Then she'll say something like, "Blue light is the bat's true bane," over and over.
Blue light? What does she mean?
I have asked her this, but she just shakes her head and will not speak of it.
So you
Thank
need to go
Possum.
to Kmart.
I wish your grandma a swift recovery.
Thank you, Graham. I will speak of you to her.
You have nothing more to say to Possum.
Possum, I'm sick of talking to you.
You have no desire to pick flowers. Perhaps when you have the time.
I want to pick flowers to give to that mermaid. Game, you should let me. Let's see what happens if we go in Hagatha's place. Doesn't seem like it's going to go well.
As you have no desire to risk certain death by venturing into the cave, you have... Unless you are mistaken, the symbol above the cave entrance bears a striking similarity to a bat. A shiver runs down your spine as you look at it. It's almost as if some dark force were radiating from it.
Dark night.
As you near the cave, the bat symbol above the entrance starts radiating an ominous black glow.
True.
You saw black glow. You did not slow, turned not away. You've had your day.
Well, I thought it was going to work
As you
out.
near the
There's no way I could have
wait until you
anticipated
get
that.
home before tending to your itching green. They Wait
why are there
until
flies over there?
a few plants grow in this area.
Is that just swamp grossness? Yeah, the narrator is knocking it out of the park. Totally agree. I like to look at
Two
this.
small rocks lie on the ground in this area of the swamp.
This has real
While
Quest
you
for
seem
Glory
to be
4
having a lot
vibes.
to do with stones in this adventure, one might deem it advisable to keep personal. These trees would, one might deem it
Boy, it is really messing me up that this game is so similar to King's Quest 2, but is not King's Quest 2. It's breaking my brain in all the ways I expect it to behave like King's Quest 2. Oh, well. What have we here?
You take the basket.
Well. Hey, thanks for dropping in, Victor, and thank you for the follow. Have a great evening. All right, let's get going. These flies are disgusting. Everybody's been having a great day out there. I just came like straight from my daughter's softball practice to the stream. They're doing a late night practice, which they've been doing a lot this season. They started at 7 p.m. and went until a little after 9, which is just too late for softball practice, if you ask me. Our team this season are called the Base Bandits.
You hand the basket to Possum.
Thank you, kind sir. Please take this flower. I'm afraid it's all I have to give you.
It is more than enough. I notice that you have picked only yellow flowers.
Of course. Is it not customary for one to pick yellow flowers for another who's gravely ill?
Yeah?
Certainly it is. I'm sorry to hear about your grandma, Possum.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Ooh, great question from Paul. What other Sierra game would you like to see be given this treatment? A remake, but different. Ooh, that's tough. It'd probably have to be a game that I don't love, because part of me is like, I don't want to see changes to a game that I love. So like that knocks out a lot of Quest games right off the top. I mean, Codename Iceman's not a bad choice. Like some sort of attempt to make Codename Iceman into a more fun game could be potentially interesting.
There's nothing.
So Codename Iceman isn't bad. Wally Beamish. Manhunter's not a bad choice. I think I would say maybe Black Cauldron. That could be really fun. I mean, it's also the one probably most likely to get you sued by like possibly multiple parties. But I feel like there's interesting stuff going on in Black Cauldron that just doesn't quite work in the game itself. So I think that would be, Black Cauldron would be one. Hey, David. Yeah, that would be one that would make sense to me. I'd love to get Black Cauldron. I mean, maybe even like, this probably is an off-the-wall choice. I don't know. Gold Rush is already kind of working to be Gold Rush as it is. So maybe I wouldn't mess with Gold Rush. I hate that I can't just walk straight down the beach. I don't like having to go inland to loop around rock formations. Yeah, Gold Rush wouldn't be the same if it was less bad. And also, the parts of it that are okay, you don't want to mess with those either. Manhunter would be fascinating. It's such a weird, wild world. But as a game, I'm not convinced it completely works. So that one is a really good choice.
You offer the yellow flower to the mermaid, but she shakes her head. Apparently, she either doesn't like flowers, yellow is not her color, or she already has a bow. Never mind. You prefer women with legs.
Wow. This game just gave me a flower to mess with me.
You attempt to open
Oh yeah, I already forgot there was an attempt to remake Gold Rush. This is a really good point. Someone's tried to remake Gold Rush already, and the results don't look great. I forgot that that was a thing that existed.
A large lemon tree grows by the path. The lemons on the ground are spoiled. You reach out and pluck a large, juicy-looking lemon from the tree.
Maybe the mermaid needs a lemon so she doesn't get scurvy. That would stand to reason. Here we go, exploring. I go back to town. What do I have since the last time I was there? Some earrings, some fool's gold. Maybe we'll just rub some of this stuff on some of the townsfolk. Saunter up this path.
There's no
Got this hay fever situation that's driving me nuts.
There's no
Now, vitamin C could help with hay fever, so before the game tells me that's a dumb idea. Hey, you like lemons? How about these lemons?
Thank you, but no. The lemon, such bitterness.
Like earrings?
Good merchant, does this interest you?
Thanking you, but no.
I bet he'll be won over by a flower.
Good merchant, does this interest you?
Thanking you.
Perhaps a pearl is to your liking.
You have no
What do you think of old picket fences?
The paper is You smooth out the torn and tattered paper and read.
Can I go into this place again yet? Probably not.
The door, the sun.
Is this the curio shop?
You knock loudly on the door. There's
Owner's been killed.
You knock loudly.
We're going to lure him away by putting more change in the fountain.
The fool's gold again shines the instant the coins leave your hand.
Okay. Hey, good sir, I hear there's some change in yon
3
fountain.
coins in the fountain.
Wow, you really did
What?
say that.
Let me see.
Now scram. Hey, good to see you, Dick Danza. Welcome in. Okay, well, I guess we'll return this pumpkin. This horrifying pumpkin we're carrying around now.
The baby pumpkin seems a little more settled than it was with the merchant.
Okay, now we're solving puzzles. Let us go. This is how you play adventure games. This is what I call pod racing. Now, of course, I remember exactly where the mama pumpkin is. So this is going to be pretty easy. Now it's just a matter of simply walking there. Oh, I love a good point and click too. Let's try going to the dwarf's house. If I don't get robbed by the dwarf on my way in. Trapdoor? Excuse me.
You rap on the treehouse door. You have come upon a quick little dwarf. Dwarves have a bad reputation for stealing treasure. Be careful.
Graham, I assume you believe everything you hear about dwarves. All right, well, I'm just going to find those pumpkins. I'm going to solve the pumpkin puzzle. I'm on spring break right now. I don't know if you can tell that I'm in like spring break mode, but I'm very relaxed. Ooh, Star Trek Judgment Rights. I've played and streamed 25th anniversary, but I've never gotten around to playing Judgment Rights. It's on the to-do list, though. I definitely want to give that one a try, because all accounts, people, I think, argue that it's better than 25th anniversary, which I liked quite a bit. TV vibes looking at you, that's right. I exclusively wear loud shirts like this when I'm on spring break. You did dibs it a long time ago. This is a good point, Ben. I think the plan was for me to come to your channel to stream it with you, perhaps. Although we spend a lot of time together now that we have a podcast, you may be sick of me. I understand. I haven't played 25th because Rats was cheaper. There you go. We're still doing it. Okay, good. I did it. It was as simple as that. Now, what will you give me in exchange for your child?
My baby!
Oh, baby! Piper, no!
Thank you,
Graham.
Thank you, Graham. Here, take this. Maybe this useless trinket of Haggathis will be of some use to you. Serves you right for not enabling me to protect my kids.
The pumpkin hands you a gold brooch with a beautiful blue sapphire.
Oh. It's now a good time to mention my kids like pumpkin pie with graham cracker crust.
The brooch has an enormous sapphire encircled by 2 rows of glittering.
See, I really wanted like a salute, like something that's going to help me with this mermaid situation. Pumpkin solved. Okay, let's see if she wants a brooch. Graham. Ooh, Graham the American way. What is the non-American way of pronouncing Graham? Graham. Okay, yeah, there you go. That makes sense. Graham. When I first played King's Quest 2, I'd never come across the name Graham, really. I didn't make the graham cracker connection. I think I called him, like, Graham for some period of time.
The mermaid eyes the valuable for a moment, but does not appear overly interested in it.
The old Graham, it ain't what it used to be.
It is a simple clay bowl.
Phil.
The mermaid looks at your arm.
Hey, you ever seen a picket from a fence?
If she wanted a picket, she would have swum up to the shore and retrieved one herself.
I like that this has some nice custom responses for weird ideas. So has anyone played this one recently enough to hint me in a direction? I feel kind of lost at this point. I was sure that the pumpkin situation was going to be a breakthrough, but it really didn't lead me anywhere. I'm guessing there's still a chance there are locations I haven't found. She clearly wants a cheeseburger. Where am I going to get a cheeseburger? Would it kill her just to take a flower like in the original? Oh, you really made that merchant look foolish. Still not dusk, so I'm assuming I can't get into...
The door appears to be barred from the...
What do you have in your inventory? We have a sword, a picket, a pearl, a library card unsigned, some earrings, a note about the curio shop, a flower, a lemon, a bowl, and a brooch. Wonder if I can fill that bowl with the fresh, clean water that I encountered earlier. Have a sub. I mean, that would be useful. You can get the library card signed. And also the thing you need from the mermaid is also in town. Okay. You know, I didn't talk to the pumpkin again after rescuing the baby. I got her reward, but I didn't think to actually follow up. A lot of these characters do seem to have information and hints. I probably should have done that. So Ben says, back to town. Okay, and do talk to the pumpkin again. So maybe we can get this signed.
The door is locked. The sun's...
But obviously from the library where it goes. And then we'll go back and talk to the pumpkin again. It'll just be as simple as finding the pumpkin. Actually, I guess I should restore to the pumpkin. I haven't done anything else other than walk around.
Is there anything more I can do for you?
Me thirsty, Mama. Now that you mention it, my Barbie is feeling a bit poorly. After all, living in a bowl ain't too good for your health, you know.
No, I did not know that. What would make your baby feel better?
Fresh water, naturally.
Of course.
Not too sweet, though. In fact, the more bitter, the better. My children are very particular about what they drink.
I will see what I can do.
So, bitter water. So maybe that's not the fresh water that Graham drank earlier?
You consider that this water might be fresh enough to drink, but then decide that more...
Yeah, it's somewhere between New York and Australia, right? Is that what everybody else is picking up on that accent? Oh, yes. Asking the same NPC the same question multiple times is always a rough one in these games. Yeah, I think water's in the lower right corner-ish. Where I imagine it in my head, at least. Screen over from here. A screen, if you will. Okay. She said she wanted bitter water, though. Oh, I'm going to have to put lemon in it. Of course.
You fill the bowl with the fresh spring water. You cut the lemon with your sword and watch the juice run out. You After using your sword to cut the lemon's surface, you squeeze some of its juice into the bowl. Then you discard the lemon.
Okay. I like that. I preferred our bowl we used to have that you could just say fill and it just popped a bunch of stew into it, but this one's okay too. Okay, we're making real progress now. Thank you for that hint. I would have never thought to have gone back and talked to the pumpkin again. I just assume everyone only wants one thing in one of these games. And usually that works. That's usually the case. Now, of course, I remember the way back to the pumpkins. How could I have forgotten it so soon? Pardon me. Okay, that's still there. Good, just confirming that everything has not moved around. Now we'll head over this way. And of course, the pumpkin is just one screen up from here. Just one simple screen up from here. I know that to be true in my heart. Ah, it was. I have to be honest, I was just saying that. Now are you happy?
You pour the bitter water over the baby pumpkin. It seems to like that.
Bitter water baby pumpkin. Bitter water baby pumpkin.
Thank you again,
Bitter
Graham.
water baby pumpkin.
Here, take this.
The
Bitter
pumpkin
water.
reaches into her head and pulls out a candle, which she then hands to you.
Candle?
That thing has been jammed in my head for as long as I can remember. I know it ain't much, but maybe you'll find some use for it.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Besides, it's really hard for me to sleep with that thing lit up inside my head all night.
Bitter water baby pumpkin. Bitter water baby pumpkin. Well, now we have a candle. You think the pumpkin was sentient before its face was carved?
A word of warning.
Great question.
Agatha has been talking about you. I heard her mention your name while she was muttering to herself. She does that when she's inspected her valuables. Anyway,
I appreciate
what she
water, good point.
Besides,
Water, baby pumpkin, bitter water, baby pumpkin, bitter water, baby pumpkin.
Thank you, Robin. I had to click through all that
I
dialogue.
appreciate all you've done, Graham, but I want to spend
I probably
some
missed a
quality
big clue
time with
there,
my
but thank you.
children. Now be a good boy and run some other errand.
Thank you, Robin.
You've already helped the pumpkin and the...
Okay, did she say anything important there when I was clicking through it? Probably not. Just a pumpkin. Are you back to town? I don't know what I've got now that would be more useful in town. Bitter water baby pumpkin. Bitter water baby pumpkin. Bitter water baby pumpkin. Baby Billy's Bible Bonkers. Bitter water baby pumpkin.
What are you?
I was just...
Don't.
The
Got
librarian
candles?
has... That would... You quickly grab the quill while the librarian isn't looking and sign your name on the blank library card.
It's a classic
You
not
replace the
looking
quill
puzzle.
before the librarian notices it missing.
Will you accept this?
Yes, you are younger than I expected.
I eat well and get a lot of exercise.
By so
I see.
So, What do I do now?
Borrow.
You mean I can take books from this library?
No.
Oh.
There's no reason.
Yes?
Could you recommend a good book?
How old is Graham? That's a good question. At this point, I'm going to say Graham is 25.
There.
Maybe 30.
The librarian has placed the... This book is entitled Way Below Your League, a look at sentient aquatic life. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt.
Wish to explore the sea? Good luck. Cannot swim very far. I pulled underwater by the currents. Even with the ship, it's difficult to properly explore areas beneath the surface without some means of breathing underwater. Mer people have been known to offer aid. The only relationship between land bear was somewhat strained. Mer people are particularly their leader, King Neptune, and appraise an individual. Little is known about them except they are fearsome to behold and do not take kindly to visitors. The Sharkies. Excessively xenophobic and avoid contact with most of the outside world. Okay.
This book is entitled...
I don't know if this tells me anything.
It's a page of the library.
Need some means of breathing underwater. Anyway, in town, you have what you need for the mermaid.
You have nothing else to say at the moment.
Huh, what else is in town?
As refreshing as the town. This window doesn't open.
Fishing just for the halibut. Yes.
There appears to be a sign on the door, but you need to get closer to...
Oh, there's one thing I didn't try selling.
Good merchant.
Thanking you.
Good merchant.
Thanking you.
Ever wanted to pick it?
Good merchant.
Thanking you.
One thing you didn't try selling. No, not my sword.
The punishment.
Oh.
Good merchant.
Thanking you.
Oh, that would have been great if it was the library card.
Is this yours?
Ah, keen eyes you have. For that, a reward shall you receive.
And that would be?
The pleasure you will have in doing business with me.
Greetings again.
Yes, many greetings. Need you have now for my wares of great specialty?
What
merchant doesn't want to
sell,
pick it?
Merchant?
He's a capitalist.
For yourself,
That's funny.
behold them.
You look over the merchant's wares of great specialty and quickly reevaluate them as junk.
Wow.
You seem to have quite a selection of, well, quite a selection.
A keen eye have you. In an item or two provoke interest, I might?
A daunting task. Rather, by all means.
This I have.
You appraise the object he holds up to you. It is a simple shell, intricately fashioned into the shape of a comb. The workmanship is unlike anything you have ever seen.
Fascinating. Where did you find such a thing?
Dinglehopper.
Oh, old it is. From ancient times descends. Valuable, without question. Royal property, former, to be sure.
You consider his story. Then you begin wondering which beach he found it on.
If I were to, say...
A trifle would you expend?
I fear that I did not...
Curiosity, I find, in one who travels but with nothing to buy.
Good point.
Might you trade the...
The merchant pond.
Of value, many things are. Of fancy, only one I have.
And that is?
A picket from a fence. Oh, really? Well, good news.
Would you be interested in this pearl?
It came from a clam, which is rare.
In return, the shell I present to you. May you be always groomed well.
The merchant grabs the pearl and tosses the shell comb to you. Then he saunters off. History will decide how greatly you were just swindled.
Oh, what a beauty. This will be worth a fortune back home.
Well, there you have it. We did it. Thank you for the hints, guys. I kept skipping over the pearl. I thought I tried it at one point. It wouldn't let me until maybe we had gotten there. Maybe I'm not correct about that.
The town
All right, you know what? Yeah, that guy's been faking he's been faking his horrible accent. You know what? I don't want to go underwater yet. I think we'll save that to kick off the stream next time, because I suspect this comb is going to be what the mermaid needs. Yeah, the game got mad at me when I tried the pearl. Okay, good. So I didn't skip it completely. I think this is going to be time to rest my hands. Gang, thank you so much for joining me. This game is a real pleasure. I'm enjoying it a lot so far, and I can't wait to come back next week and stream a little bit more of it. But thank you for hanging out with me. Happy Retro Adventure Wednesday to everybody. Be sure to tune in to Ben's channel. That's P.S. Garrick in the chat tomorrow night, when they will be doing Adventure Tuesday on a Wednesday, just like I just did Retro Adventure Wednesday on a Tuesday. We're flip-flopping things all left and right, side to side, backwards and forwards. It's crazy around here lately. But let's get a raid going before we call it a night. Goodness gracious, who's online? Oh, we've got lots of folks streaming tonight. Oh, here's the good one. Robot Spacer's playing Caper and the Castro. If you don't know about Caper and the Castro, it is a fascinating game that's one of the earliest LGBT games to be released, about a mysterious murder in the Castro district of San Francisco. A famous piece of history often overlooked here. So, and plus Robot Spacer is a terrific streamer. Let's drop in on Robot Spacer and see what's going on over there. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. This is a real pleasure. We'll see you again soon, and take care.